What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of HD Unboxings. Today I am opening my second 1/18 scale model and I'm super excited. If you didn't check it out, make sure you check out my unboxing on the Spark Model 991 Porsche RSR in the WeatherTech livery. Friggin' awesome model. I'm super excited to see how this compares to it. This is a different brand. This is a Minichamps 118 992 GT3R. So this is the newest rendition of the 911 based Porsche race car. My first one, and I'm super excited. So let's get right to it. All right, one thing I noticed when picking up this box off of the porch compared to the Spark model is that this box is significantly lighter. I don't believe that this is a resin model, but I could be wrong. But yeah, that was the first difference I noticed, for sure. All right, so we got some peanuts here, so let me clear these. Alrighty, got all the packing peanuts cleared away, so now we can get access to this box. Pretty good pack job in here. Lots of, yeah, very light model. Very, very light model compared to the Spark, so I'm interested to see if this is indeed a resin. Alrighty guys, I'm a little scared because I hear something moving around in here, and I am surely hoping that this model isn't damaged. I'd hate to have to take it back, but you know, I could just be being paranoid. But there's the packaging, so there is the model in question. That is going to be the Minichamps. Paul's model art. This is also a Timo Bernhard car. For those who are hip to Porsche drivers, like Timo Bernhard. So should be a very awesome model. So let's get this cracked open. And as I'm sure that you guys can see, this is an extremely limited piece, limited edition, 180 pieces. So only 180 of these in existence. Alrighty. Here we go. All right. Alrighty guys, first piece here. This is any indication, this is an opening model. So this actually has some pretty decent weight to it. This is metal. So very, very nice, quick release latches. This is kind of a, I wouldn't call it a gloss. I wouldn't call it a gloss carbon fiber. I would call it more of like satin, not quite flat. But yeah, very nice. That is a metal piece. As I turn it over to get a better cut on this tape, I noticed that there's some things down here. I think that might be to release and unrelease the model. Two of them just fell out. And they are threaded portions, so that leads me to believe that that might be what I was hearing. Alrighty, there it is, guys. Alright, so far so good. I don't see any damage. I do like the little styrofoam piece right here to protect the antenna. Giving you guys a really high up look while I unbox it, and then I'll get you guys down here for a better view. Alrighty guys, got the plastic screws off, so I'm going to lift this up, put this right here, and set this off to the side. Let's see, there is another piece in here. I don't know if this belongs to anything, but let me get this back onto camera real quick. Beautiful, absolutely spectacular model. Love the livery on this. It's so the red on there is pretty gloss. It's pretty gloss red, but the blue is definitely more of a matte finish, which is really, really nice. We will take a look at that here, and very nice. So Minichamps includes a little kind of pry tool, so you can open the doors, take pieces off, whatever you need to do. That's really, really cool. So thank you, Minichamps, for that. You don't get a display case with this, but you do get the tool, which is nice. Alrighty guys, I was able to get that back piece on finally. It took a little bit of finicking just to make sure that it sits right. But yeah, we got that back on for the meantime. I will definitely show you guys the inside of that. It is magnificent. This model so far is incredible. So let's move this around kind of to the front side and we'll go over our normal inspection of the car and see what we got here. So again, this blue is like a very matte, very satin type of finish, while the red is gloss. So it's very, very nice contrast, very nice. I definitely love it. The headlights are extremely detailed. You can see all 4 of the running lights in there, as well as the main beam in the center, which is very nice. Let's see, I believe 992s have 2. They have a high and a low. So those are both there, all clear in kind of a smoked housing. Very nice. The front canards, very nice, very accurate, very proportionate, not too fat, definitely nice and slim and streamlined as expected. The quick disconnect fastener for the front bumper is there. It's kind of a black line. It's not quite as detailed as the Spark. The Spark was really nice. You could see the red, you could see the latch in there. Not so much with this one. It's more just kind of a black stripe, but it is there. Let's see, Pirelli tires, Pirelli P0s, very nice. I'm a Michelin guy, so I definitely appreciate the Michelin tires a little bit more. But very nice tires, obviously not applicable in this particular racer class. We got your some sponsorship stickers here on the very aggressive 992 wide front fender, as well as the vent right here. So along with the tires, the wheels, very specific, very detailed. Extreme detail on these brake rotors and calipers, and I didn't mention that on the Sparks, the Spark model that I reviewed, but it too was very good, but this appears to be better. Definitely great caliper detail and great slotted rotor detail, so very, very nice. I do enjoy that. Let's see here, working down, we got another quick release for the side skirt right here. Grilling is very, very nice. It is an actual black grill. Move this forward a little bit. Black grill. Got a nice little red accent in there as well. Let's see, as far as the front grilling, they do not appear to be fully through. They might be, but they just might be too thin for this to fit through. But still really great detail, to be honest with you. Very nice. Window, Lexan. As with all race cars, Lexan window. You have that port right here, which I believe is, if I remember right, is for air, for the sequential transmission, and for maintenance jacks. I believe that's what that's for. There's another port right here. This is kind of a glossy finish. It's not flat, so be careful with fingerprints on there. Let's go ahead and open this door. So very nice detail opening that door. It is very spring loaded, a lot of pressure behind there, so just be careful with that. So this is a nice kind of little carbon cradle cover for the roll cage right there, for the bash bar that goes right there by the door. It's a very nice little cover, Team 75 Motorsports. Let's see, door panel very good. Appears we have a handle right here. That must be the release for the door right there. Either that or a stopper. From what I can see from my angle, that's matte black. It's a matte black door panel. So very nice. But yeah, great detail, guys. You got the safety net here, which is really nice. It is soft. It's hard to tell what it's made out of. From this angle, not plastic, but maybe some kind of heavy duty, I don't want to say paper, but it's very thin. It could be plastic, just a very, very thin plastic sheet, but that's very, very cool. We appear to have pretty much the same identical buckets that were in the Spark RSR, these Porsche buckets, which are very nice, very detailed. It's going to be too hard to angle the car to see it, but there is a black harness on there with a seat buckle as well, which is very nice. Steering wheel, again, just like the Spark RSR model, incredibly detailed. You can see all of the on-the-fly dials that the driver can adjust. Very nice detail with the steering column as well. And this is a steering model. And as you can see, the wheel does turn with the steering, which is very, very cool. So, very nice. That is a super cool feature. I definitely like that. So we will close this back up. Again, lots of spring load on that door, so be careful. Going towards the back, again, Pirelli P0 tires. Again, great detail on the caliper and the slotted brake rotor. And another quick release right there. Again, not as detailed as the Spark, but still nice that it's there. And then working back here to the super aggressive rear bumper of the 992 GT3R. Very, very nice. So unlike the Spark, this diffuser appears to be plastic with just carbon laid on it. It does not appear to be like a actual carbon fiber piece. The Spark one was definitely more, at least convincing that it was real carbon fiber. This one a little bit thicker, and it appears that it has carbon insert on it. Still very nice, don't get me wrong. Let's see, back here, that appears to be, this grilling back here appears to be just a piece that goes over a solid piece, but it looks very realistic, so no worries there. Going to the back bumper, again, it's kind of a dry carbon overlay. Very nice Pirelli sticker. You have your rain light / fog light right here in the middle. And I did forget to mention that the Spark 991 RSR did have one indeed, but that one is located up here on that model. But very nice that that's there. Looks very realistic. Taillight detail is impeccable on this model. Great amount of depth to it. And it appears that this is a fully lensed unit with the turn signal portion is encased in there, so it definitely looks more like one solid piece, which is very nice. The grille on the removable rear bonnet, that looks like an actual true grille, which is really, really nice. That's really cool. And then we will turn to the back. I will lift this up a little bit so you can get a really good view of the exhaust detail, which is really good. I wish that there was some more depth with those exhaust tips, but they do look really good. If you're comfortable doing it, which I definitely am, I think I'm going to dab a little bit of flat black paint on the inside of there, so just to make it look a little more realistic. But the actual muffler detail, you can see the clamps on there, which is really nice. Very, very detailed. Super nice. I do like that. But yeah, just maybe a little fix for anybody who's up to do a do-it-yourselfer. Just kind of fill in those exhaust tips with some flat black, and that'll make it look a lot better in there, I think. We have a toe strap right here. That is not actually a strap. That is a piece of metal. It does look realistic. I kind of wish it did have an actual strap. That would have been really cool. But nevertheless, happy that it's there. Arrow going to it, another Pirelli sticker. Very, very nice proportions on this back end. It looks exactly how it should. Right, so going over spoiler detail, metal uprights, very nice bracketing detail for this gooseneck wing, which is really, really nice. The center section appears to be like a heavy duty plastic, again with carbon overlay on the winglets. It's very sturdy, it's not flimsy at all. So kind of just like that Spark model, it appeared. Metal supports, metal uprights, but a plastic actual wing, which is okay, as long as it's sturdy enough, right? Then going over to the right side, pretty much all the same here. Quick connect here, quick connect here. True through grilling, which is really nice. And yeah, those supports slash wind channeling on the inside of the grill, again red over here. You have another port on the quarter panel window, very nice. I'll turn this around just a little bit here so we can see on the inside. And then also going into the mirror, this one does have the reflective overlay on it as well, which is what you want, which really gives it that level of detail and realism. So very nice, fully reflective. I can see this in there. Very, very nice. All right, let's open this right side door. All right. All right, now this is where you're really going to be able to kind of see on that inside. I will try to position as best as I can, and then I will freeze that position so you can actually see in there. So inside here we have a tank, which is either going to be an air tank. It's either going to be an air tank or it's going to be a fire suppression tank. So that's there. We have your modules like your ECMs, TCUs, ECMs, all that stuff right here, which is really cool. White floorboard, impeccable detail with the center console right here, which is carbon. It is more of a gloss carbon, which is nice. I like that contrast. We have an AC vent right here sticking up, which is nice. Very nice detail. The center console, the center control panel right here does have actual like buttons. It's decals, but looks very, very realistic in there. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see those, but they are there. And then this portion of the control panel is actually more of a dry carbon, which is really nice. The roll cage looks really, really good. Ties in really, really well on the inside there. Unlike the Minichamps model, which was a sealed model, they did not appear to opt to put the rubberized covering on the top to make it really stand out. Instead, this is more kind of like a sticker, kind of gloss in appearance. So not a huge deal. It's there. It makes the contrast stand out. Looks really, really good. Let's see. Before the door cuts it off, get inside there again. Great cage detail. I love the safety nets. There's a passenger or a right side safety net, I should say, for the driver, which is what should be there. Very, very nice. And back here we have what appears to be, that might be the air pump back here on the right rear floorboard, as well as another module with some really nice detailed harnesses coming out of it, which is really nice. I love that. That is amazing. Probably not going to be able to see it. The door's probably cutting it off, but I'll see if I can position this correctly so you can kind of see in there maybe a little bit. But yeah, very nice detail. I do enjoy that. All right, we will close this right side door. Again, very spring-loaded. Be careful. And we will position it towards the front. And yeah, again, steering model. Very, very nice. Love it. Absolutely love it. Really love this transition from a matte blue with kind of this gradient on it, which is really nice, to this gloss red. Looks fantastic. Okay guys, so I got the front bonnet open, and check out this detail on this wind channel right here. There is a really super detailed cooler that's sitting in there. Obviously probably the radiator. Man, super cool. The channel just comes through. Man, Porsche design is just absolutely amazing. It really is, because yeah, the air channels through the front bumper, through the cooler, through here. Probably cools off any kind of fuel components that are up here, and then exits through the hood. So man, phenomenal. But yeah, we've got some tubing here. This is the fuel filler right here, which is very nice. And we have a clutch master cylinder, probably brake master cylinder. Very nice. Not sure what this reservoir is going to be used for. That might be for the coolant, but very nice. But yeah, the tubing work and everything, man, so nice. So nice. I love it. I love it. And yeah, it just, these opening part 118s just add a whole new component. I mean, the non-opening one, which was my first one, is just really, really great. But just to have these opening parts is fantastic. I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's great that that opens up. I'll reopen that when we get to the top view so you can see in there better. But yeah, just to wrap up the initial checkout, got a little bit of dry carbon mixed into here along with the gloss red. Just fantastic. And then we have a center wiper right here, which is great. Man, absolutely impressed with this model. Very, very nice. Let me reposition the camera. I'll see if I can get you a better view of the inside, the interior on the inside, the opening rear bonnet, actually removable rear bonnet, and then the front bonnet. Alrighty guys, I am back and I have all of the pieces opened up and the rear bonnet removed. Again, this is a metal piece, so it's very weighty. So maybe now I can get you a little bit of a better view of that interior. So very sick. Again, you can see the safety nets, the center console, which is carbon fiber, and the roll cage in there. Let me see, I have everything opened up, so I got to be really, really careful here. I'm gonna see if I can try to get a angle to where you can see, there's the cooler that I was referring to. Looks like it has something on it, almost looks like a leaf. It's kind of funny. But yeah, there's the cooler that comes up through that channel. And then there's the fuel tank, fuel filler, and all of the master cylinder reservoirs. Very, very nice. And then going back to the engine bay, let me see if where I can get the best angle here. Looking back through that engine bay. So yeah, very nice crossbar, kind of like a strut bar or reinforcement bar. And then as far as engine detail, you do see an air cleaner up there. What looks to be an air cleaner, maybe it could just be a collector for the intake. But yeah, very nice. Do you see some hoses down there? Again, I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it, but yeah, there you go. You can barely see it where the body and the spoiler, there's a little gap right there. You can see the crossbar that goes over it. And then let me see if I can position it this way. There's another view. The interior, yeah, see some stainless, there's like a stainless braided hose down there. And then some kind of hard line, but yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. And then the interior. This is a really, really impressive piece of this car. Great cage detail. Like the cage detail is just crazy. Let me see if I can maneuver. There we go. You can see that cage a little better. And then you can see the manifold, what looks to be a manifold or like an air compressor back there. And then one thing really cool to mention on the 992 GT3Rs, you have that big white block section kind of blocking off. It's like a firewall portion that's between the engine bay and the interior of the car. Those hard tubes, those are like NACA tubing, and they go straight to these grills right here. So direct air intake, that is really sweet. Absolutely fantastic, guys, man. Super sick model. I love the opening parts of this. I love the opening and removable components of this, and yeah, this is it's a fantastic model, guys. It really is. I'd have to say the only downside is probably that it just doesn't come with a display case, and then just some very minor details that are missed on this that I don't think that the Spark missed. But other than that, fantastic model. Let's get this thing on the turntable. Let's check it out. Alrighty guys, well that's going to wrap it up for this review. The Minichamps 992 GT3R, the Paultech car slash KUS car, Timo Bernhard team. So fantastic model. This is my first Minichamps 118. Just recently reviewed a Spark 991 RSR Porsche. How do I think that it compares to the Spark? Because the Spark was fantastic, even though it didn't have any steering, it didn't have any opening parts. I thought it was very great. And how does this one compare? That one got a 9 out of 10. What do I score this one at? I think this one gets the same score. It's going to get a 9 out of 10. And the reason why I chose a score of 9 out of 10 for this car is because it's amazing. It has steering. It has removable and opening parts. The detail is great. Very, very fine details. Absolutely stellar model. I would recommend this to anybody. The downsides that I saw with this model is that some very simple details were missed by this model in comparison to the Spark, such as the quick releases for the bumpers. They're just kind of like a black stripe. And if you pay attention to those, you'll see some red, you'll see some chrome, you'll have some arrow decals pointing to it. Something of that nature, something that I think that just a little bit of ink or paint, or maybe, you know, some ink from a printer if it's a water slide could have fixed. So just really small details like that. Another thing that was somewhat disappointing for this model is that this is such a nice model, such a high caliber model, but it didn't come with a display case like the Spark did. The Spark came with a really amazing high quality display case. This one came embedded in a styrofoam bed, and I know that a lot of them do come like that, but I just think it would have been really, really nice, especially for a model of this caliber, to be equipped with a really nice acrylic display case. So that's really the only downside of this model that I see. Just very small details missed here and there that I think could have been addressed slightly better. Very, very minuscule. But I assure anybody who might be interested in this model, you will be happy with this model overall. Great quality details, great components, great scaling. And then of course the opening parts, all the interior detail, the fuel tank detail, the front bonnet, you know, underside the front bonnet, all the detail in there. And then of course the removable rear bonnet where you can look down into where the engine bay is. You got some stainless hoses and some AN hoses down there, stainless steel braided hoses and stuff. Really great. Another small detail that I really wish they would have done is I wish they would have given some more depth to the exhaust, kind of like the Spark. The Spark had amazing detail as far as the exhaust goes. Very scale, all metal, and it had an incredible amount of depth to it. This one, as we saw earlier in this review, I'm gonna have to take some flat black paint, and I'm gonna have to paint on the inside of that because I didn't like the way that looks. But again, I digress. Fantastic model. If you like this piece, if you're thinking about this piece, buy this piece because it is fantastic. I know that this is not the only 992 GT3R livery that they do have available. They have more, and hopefully we'll see some more come out. I'm super excited. I'm going to be keeping tabs on Minichamps for sure and see what their future releases are. So that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching this. My next 118 review will be an Auto Art 997 GT3 RSR. I'm super duper excited to get this one, guys. Boy, I'll tell you what. This one's coming from overseas. It just hit port today, so I'm thinking about hopefully within the next week I'll have it in hand. And as soon as I get it, I'll be filming another review episode and hopefully opening some minds here. I know a large majority of my viewership is 164 based. You know, maybe just kind of pushing the envelope here a little bit, getting you guys to think about some larger scales. If 118 is too big, you know, maybe take a look into 143 and 124. And if you don't think you'd be happy with the size of 118, you know, hey, they make 112, 1/8 scales. So I'm just saying, if money's not an object, then take a look and see what you find. But I'm confident that you will find something that you will want and will love. So with that being said, happy hunting, happy collecting, happy customizing. And remember, guys, it's about the cars, not the money. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much.